getting reds, yellows, and greens.
Am I living the American dream? I got two eyes, try to see the way the world turned. What happened to me? It's not exactly what I thought it would be. I got my house on a little piece of land. This is the place I'm gonna take my stand. But I keep living on dreams. One thing I know, that's the way it's gotta be. Am I living the American dream? I keep searching for that dream of me, hoping someday that I will see myself in American dream. Every chance I get, you can't change nothing if you don't do that. I pay my taxes even when it hurts. Sometimes I think though it's just getting worse. Am I living the American dream?
I wish I was.
I keep searching for that dream of me, hoping someday that I will see myself in American dream. Am I living in American dreams?
How y'all doing, baby? It is Sunday. It is Sunday, baby, and I want to say hello to all my Blue Dot family and friends, neighbors, and the ships at sea. I'm glad you're here because we have much to talk about. Anyway, Cheryl Cashman is here. Thank you, baby. It is Sunday, and her and Cashmate is here also. Thank you very much for being here. Jay Clayton, I'm glad you're with Stephanie. She soaked up some sun, good deal, trying to not watch pumpkin tits on his campaign rally at the TPAC there. Michael James, thank you for being here. Dwayne Twizzle, Dahlia Barrera, Randy Peterson, Dorothy Tyndall, Debbie Marie, the Remixtress is with us, and Larry Ian. Sarge Tech is with us. Y'all hold on, baby. I'm doing it good. Ardina Michael, scurry away, says hi. Sherry P. Miss Linda, a.k.a. Mary Ellen, how you doing, darling? Glad you're here, baby. Ardessa, also known as the Purple Moon Dragon, is here. As is Rose Taylor, baby. I saw your socialist card there on the Facebook there. I got one too, baby. I'm a socialist too, baby. Got one of my says Social Security on it. It's a socialist card. That's what it is. We're all members, baby. Carol Biles is here, as is Karen Skentz and Lori Rosenberg. Micah Cruz, thank you. Tina Riley, Chuckster255. And let me catch up here. Ardina Michael, David Billings, Paula's here. John Heron, our resident archaeologist. I hope y'all are having a great weekend. I hope your weekend was great. If you're on my Facebook, then you know what kind of weekend we are having. But let me get my shit together. Yes, it was the weekend of CPAC. Donnie got to speak today. I got to listen to a little bit of it, about as much as I got to listen to the part when he got to talking about, how terrible it is that women's sports teams are being desecrated by men who become women who dominate the sports of weightlifting. How terrible it is. I'm sure it's high on his agenda. It's just another way to come out against the Equality Act. They don't want to get involved in that shit. They don't want equality for anybody but a white Christian. That's it. If you ain't a white evangelical Christian, well, then kiss off. You don't have a voice in CPAC. I don't know who does over there, but anyway, my head's in other places. So let's get on with the show. Get myself together. Donnie's up there. Let me get this out. They had a straw poll at CPAC. And here's where we play, baby. 55% of the people that went to the CPAC, they voted Donnie for 2024, baby. 55% of those people that showed up. Now these, if they showed up, you know who they were coming to see, so you know who they are. 21% to Ron DeSantis. Really? The Florida governor? What do they call him? DeSantis or something like that? The guy who's trying to kill everybody in his state down there, just like mine, Greg Abbott. Republicans, go figure, they just want to kill everybody. There are fewer people to mess with. And 4% went to Kristi Noem, the governor of South Dakota. So that's where we are. Really? Donnie's thinking about forming a new super PAC, the Trump super PAC. A way to raise unlimited money, thanks to Citizens United. Doesn't that make us sound all united here? Yeah. Corporations can dump money on his ass. He's already got his America First super PAC, so he'll have two of them going, I guess. Anything to get a dime out of these weasels out here, they're going to do, and rake in as much money as they can, because Donnie's going to need it for legal fees, for fines, and who knows what else. I don't know how much food costs at the prison grocery. He might need some. I don't know if they deliver at McDonald's there. But there are those that still stand on the Republican side for decency, I guess. They're few and far between. And they had a voice there, Governor Rick Scott, trying to convince that, ex-Governor Rick Scott, whatever he is now, trying to convince people that who was that, Kinzinger? They're not a party of one dude. When you put one man as an idol, and that's what they have. They went nuts on his ass today and just applauded the shit. But you got to remember, it's a television event, and those people that are there, I wonder what rock they crawled out from under. What portion of the bigot class do they belong to? Anyway, that's just my personal thoughts. He has money. He loves money. Money Trump. That's right, Gary Spring. It's all about the money. Let me see. Oh, Lord heaven. Anyway, Travis, you there?
I'm right here.
All right. Travis is working remotely.
Yeah, I'm working remotely today.
Yeah.
I was just waiting for you to get your monologue done so I can start bringing some lovely people in from Discord.
My mind, you know where my mind is, so let's go on with the
Your mind is probably in the same place as me.
As yours.
Yeah, I was about to say, I think we all live here,
Yeah.
It's been one hell of a day, but
It
tomorrow
has
will
indeed.
be tomorrow will be tomorrow will be good. Tomorrow will be better.
Sun will come out tomorrow, baby, and
Yep.
things will be better.
All
Not on much. Anyway, yes, Travis is downstairs, so he's not across the table from me, and there's a reason for that. But he still has control of. Oh, look.
Yeah, I'm multitasking today. I gotta put some stuff together for tomorrow and do the show. We didn't want to miss the show, so I said the best way I can do all this is get
Big
busy down here and all that good shit.
Big
So
Johnson asks up, what's up with the golden statue? I prefer to call it the golden calf. I think there's a story about that in the Bible. You know, when Moses went up to get the Ten Commandments or something. You know, them people got all beside themselves and needed somebody to worship. You know, because they was all vile, disgusting creatures. So they of course wanted an idol. So they melted their gold and created a golden calf. And I don't think there's a bigger story in the evangelical Bible that you could thump them with than that one. Really? You're worshiping one man, one dude, and now you make him into a golden statue. He's making a laughing stock out of your religion, out of your politics, out of your decency as a citizen, and he's laughing all the way to the bank, baby. Anyway, David, how are you doing, my friend? David? I see you lighting up, brother, but I can't hear you. Maybe. Let me see. Let's see if Robert Heron. Lord, I see my own name. Robert? Oh, Lord, Robert's lighting up, and I can't hear him either.
Really?
Oh, there you are. Robert.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, there you are. I'm glad to hear you. How are you doing, brother?
I couldn't have said it better myself, man. That golden calf shit. I mean, holy crap.
Holy shit. Really? I mean, how blatant can you get? It's a golden
God.
idol.
Oh, my God. Oh, my
They
God.
don't care. They're
Oh, my
good
God.
Christians. Jesus understands. It's just, playing around. Sparky, don't care how you do it.
I'm doing fine. Did you take one for the team?
I'm taking one every fucking day. Take one for the team. How's that?
Did you watch Trump?
Oh, yes. Well, parts of it. I didn't see the whole thing.
That's what it means. Take one for the team.
Yeah, take one for the team. You guys, that's our job out here. We got to watch the asshole, see what he says, so we can
That's what
provide
you said
commentary.
Friday. You and Robin were both going to watch it. I can't stand watching the guy.
It's hard to watch.
It was the same shit again. Let's let TW jump in here too. TW, are you with us?
Yeah,
All
I'm
right.
surprised he didn't walk over and kiss the statue
I'm surprised. And who's to say he didn't?
or other things.
You mean he didn't hump the flag?
No, I thought he'd hump his statue.
He probably wants to take it home for melanoma to,
Yeah,
gaze
well,
at.
it'll be the only stiff thing she has.
I don't. Man, yeah, that's true. That's a good one. That's good. I'll give you that one. That's pretty damn good. Lord have mercy.
Man.
Yeah, what part I did see was the same usual bullshit about how our military was
He did
everything was
wonderful.
obsolete when he got there, and he saved the military and everybody loves him, and it's the same freaking speech he did 2-3 years ago, over and over and over again. It's what it is, and the sad part is they like it. They enjoy it. They clap like it's the first time they heard it.
Yeah.
It's
It's funny, as I was watching CNN the other night, they had one of the GOP leaders that voted against Trump for the, I can't remember what his name was, but he basically said, he goes, the man's going to be 78 years old in 2004. There is no way that we are going to have him run because he's not the party.
He's going to be old, but I don't think that's going to be it. I think between now and the time 2024 runs around, we're going to be tired of seeing him in the news after one charge after another charge comes out, after his taxes get more and more revealed.
Yeah, and I guess that's a big thing too, I guess.
Yeah.
John, I'm testing my mic again. Can you hear me?
No, we can't hear you. Now go away. Anyway.
Damn it. I knew you were muting me.
Yeah, what? No, David, we can hear you, brother. How are you?
I was saying I had a weekend kind of like yours.
Oh, Lord, I hope not. I hope not, David.
Man.
It's
Friends and neighbors and problems, oh my.
Yeah, it's a hell of a life to live, isn't it? It shouldn't be this way.
I never fully understood the mentality that led up to the Civil War. That studying history, I suddenly feel like I have a whole new perspective on it now.
A new perspective, a new appreciation of exactly.
And it makes me sad. Anyway, sorry to interrupt.
No, that's all right. It's been an ongoing thing here. Some people do not like it when you use your voice, and they want to take it out on you. That's fine. We can handle trolls. Trolls are all over the place. But when the trolls live on your street, it's a little bit more difficult to deal with. We try and reason. We're trying everything to be as,
Too many trolls, not enough billy goats.
Not enough billy goats. Anyway, we're documenting everything that goes on, everything that happens.
Too much immaturity. I mean, you got high school kids that are immature like that. That's just ridiculously stupid.
It's sad, but I guess it's mine is not the only street in the world that this is going on. There are neighbors that hate neighbors now just solely based on either their political persuasion or some other kind of bullshit that they want to use against you, and just use the political part of it as a weapon against you or whatever. It just gets tiresome after a while.
Yeah.
And
it's un-American, for God's sake.
It is.
Exactly.
Exactly. We try to stress the fact that, and you can go back over my videos, the change that we seek is always within us. We have to be the people that make the change. We are the ones that have to live the right life. You can't be going around being an asshole to somebody else just for being an asshole. Don't be a Karen. Don't be this. Don't be that. It's pretty laid out. We want a better government. We want a better society. But for that to happen, then we have to be part of that. We can't be running around terrorizing your fucking neighbors or doing ridiculous shit just for the pure joy it gives you of doing it. You're a sick person, and I wish you would just go away and stop, because it's really irritating. But I'm getting carried away here.
There's a good thing that a comedian says out there. You can't fix stupid.
No, you can't fix stupid. Best you can do is try to ignore it. But again, it's I'm sure that Robin has her fair share of trolls and others that do this. I'm sure Randy Kerwin probably gets some.
I think everybody has a little bit of trolls here and there.
Can
I share some good news, Don?
Huh?
Can I share some good news?
Yes, we need good news. By God, we need good news. What is it, David? Please tell me.
I was checking on
fucking news.
I was checking on the GoFundMe for Bree's grandson.
Yes,
and we are
Dominic.
Yep.
Outstanding.
And we are just slightly over $1,000 away from the goal. We are chipping away at it, slow and steady, but it's getting chipped away.
We still have a few more months to go. So yes, if you can't find it anyway, go to our website, BlueDotTexas.com, and there'll be a link there. I'm trying to catch up my shit.
And I was excited.
The problem
to see
is they're watching right now. How you doing down the street?
I couldn't find that link for Bernadette.
BlueDotTexas.com on the main site.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, should be.
And
right
then it's down
at
the bottom of the page.
Okay, I'll look.
It says Dominic's National Youth Leadership Forum Fund.
Yep. It's a great opportunity for a young man to have, or anybody to have, as they're that age, to make an impact on their future. We want to be a part of that. So yeah, Travis, if you could put it in the chat too.
Yeah, I'm working on that right now, actually.
Yeah. There's, that's just one of them good little things that I enjoy. Bernadette is a treasured member of this family, and has reached out and helped so many people in this family. And I just want to try to return the favor to her, by way of her grandson, to give him that opportunity.
I guarantee you, this is something he will never forget.
Oh, no.
He'll never forget the generosity of people that help.
Oh yeah.
And this can be the sort of thing that can shape the rest of his life.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And it makes you feel good. Whenever you get involved in a good a good thing like that, then it makes you feel good, and it gets them further down a road that's going to lead to hopefully a better place for all of us later on. Because that's what that system is to build character and confidence in young people to be able to face the world in the way they should.
And I see this kindness as our direct light being held against the darkness that you see the other side holding up. This is our light.
Yep, this is things that we do. And
there's little ones that we don't hear about. Yeah. There are bigger ones here, but this is all our light holding up, and our light is strong against the darkness.
Look at that.
Stop preaching now.
All right, okay. Now we'll pass the plate and put that in the plate with Dominic. Anyway, let me catch up here real quick, because Paula donated $10 and said, God, it was nice to have him not around for a while. Wasn't it? Did y'all hear that down the street? I just wondered. Hit my gong. Michael James donated $10 through Super Chat. Oh my God, there it went again. That noise. Fucking assholes. Thank you very much. We appreciate it tremendously. It is those donations indeed that keep us on the air. I'm breathing. That's what I'm doing. And
just when I thought we got rid of the Antichrist, he has to put a statue of himself up there, right?
Shit. Yeah.
Like, come on, man. This guy is the Antichrist. Wake up.
The worst. I don't know who designed that statue, but it looked like shit.
Bob's Big Boy.
Yeah, that's what I saw. Somebody put out there, who stole the Bob Big Boy and playing it cold, because that's what it looks like. Looks like Bob's Big Boy out there selling hamburgers. You can't get any more low in my book. Really, a golden idol of the one that you actually worship.
Blasphemy.
It is so blasphemy. It is so straight out of the Bible.
That statue was made in Mexico.
I don't know how many of you have seen the movie Dogma Kevin Smith did many years ago. And it reminds me of the idea of the golden movie. He had that calf that they were, the company was built a fast food restaurant around.
Right.
This looked like this looked like a joke. I kept expecting Sacha Baron Cohen to pop out and say, I got you. You're going to be in my third Borat movie.
I loved it.
But it wasn't. They were serious.
Ain't it sad?
Broke my brain. Broke my imagination right there. Because they're crazier than I am.
They are. I don't, and it's all based upon the lie of I'm a patriot. Are you shit?
It just says that he's their cash cow. That's all it says.
He is.
Exactly.
Look what they got there in his presidency.
These are the teats from which I suckle.
Oh man, they scream about this 1.9 trillion package they got going on. That was squat compared to what they did with that first package and where that money went. Cry me a fucking river. You disgusting thieves.
I couldn't believe he sat there and talked about today.
They do this every fucking time.
Well, I'm so glad to see Bernie up there doing...
our military was strong when I was president. Yeah. Our military's still strong because you fucked over our military.
To listen to anything that he says he built up just makes me sick. We didn't even have bullets. The shells were empty, sir. Oh,
now it's all coming out. Right, the Saudi stuff is all coming out. All the stuff you try to keep buried.
When we get buried into this Saudi Arabian shit, which go back 4 years ago in my videos, I said the same fucking thing that's going to come back and bite us on the ass one day. We are whores to Saudi Arabian oil. That's what we are, to the money that provides. A lot of American companies have businesses over in Saudi Arabia. Oh Lord, have mercy, they're making fucking money.
Is in a whole lot of shit right now.
He ain't in enough. He ain't in jail yet, which I'm hoping to see one of these days. One of them go.
Remember when
I want to see all of them go. I want to see the little daughter and the little scumbag sons go.
Yep.
Because they're all involved in this money shifting shit in the taxes and all that.
I laughed at I think it was Michael Cohen. He said he was on a meeting with, I think it was MSNBC, and he said, if I was Trump, I'd be watching around the place, because he said you're going to be fitted for a nice, leisure suit, and it's going to be orange.
Custom jumpsuit.
Well, orange is the color.
Custom jumpsuit.
Yeah, orange is the new asshole.
Come on, remember when Jim Acosta got attacked by President Trump at the time, or Trump? I just hate to call him president ever.
Yep.
the other guy.
You know, for the Saudi thing. Remember when he came down harder on him than he did for the Saudis for assassinating the guy just for asking a question.
Remember when he attacked Katie Chor at one of his rallies and tried to turn the crowd on her?
Oh,
yeah.
He'll try to turn the crowd violently against anybody that he
I'm
perceives
surprised
to
he
be an
didn't say it
enemy,
was
which is
fake news
anybody that
today.
isn't on the Fox Spews crew or wearing a maggot hat.
Kind of seems to be a pattern.
Surprised he didn't say there was fake news in the CPAC today.
I don't know where.
See, the thing about that, the CPAC thing that pisses me off is that he's allowed to get up there and say this election was stolen. And that is just flat out.
Yes, because he said, what he say tonight, he's going to come back and win in 2024 for the third time. He's going to come back and win a third time.
You do know that Trump owns CPAC now, right?
Oh, he owns the Republican Party.
Literally, he and
he's moved in the white Nazis, the neo-Nazis, the white supremacists, the Klans members, the Proud Boys, the 3%. Pick an anti-American pig, and that's who they are over there now. That's who I look at him as. You wrap yourself in the flag and shit it. That's what you do.
JR's girlfriend was saying, this is the Trump party. And Trump's like, we're not going to split the party. We're not going to make it two parties. That's such bullshit. But it's going to be his party, my party.
That's
what
it's his way or nothing. He will try to tear. Right. If he does not get what he wants, he will try to tear the Republican Party to shreds. And I say, go for it.
Yep.
Who is it?
Guaranteed.
Bill Cassidy in Louisiana tried to stand up today and say the same thing. Hey, this is not a party of one person. We have to be an included.
Yeah, that's a lie.
I didn't get to hear most of it. The only part I saw really was when I came home and Mama showed me the part where Donnie was up there talking. But I know the lineup they've had and the bullshit they're spreading. So really.
Ted Cruz's William Wallace speech. Did you enjoy that?
Oh
my God!
Freedom.
What was that? Really?
Now we have William Dumbass.
This is what kills me. This sums it up all for me in a nutshell. What Ted Cruz did at the end of his little speech up there, and he quoted some guy, and he goes, "Freedom." Really? Really?
Like
what freedom, you asshole? You show me one freedom you've lost. Tell me what freedom has been taken away from your ass, please.
Yeah,
you sell this bullshit that these right-wing nut jobs are. We're fighting for freedom. You are free. Show me how you're not free. Is there some place you can't travel? Is there something you can't say? What freedom are you fucking losing, you idiots? Jesus, you give them a Bible and a flag and they're fucking nuts. That's it.
Even has the freedom to run away from his state in a crisis.
They got every freedom the rest of us have. But yet,
think about it, John. Where that quote was from an Irish person that wasn't even in our country.
Freedom!
Scottish, yeah.
Freedom! What freedom?
The movie wasn't even
are you losing? They're too tied up with the equality thing. Now they're on a homophobe thing now. Everything I'm seeing, my wife is seeing is, oh, look, they just want to let men go into little girls' bathrooms and molest them. You sick fucks. Right. You have sick minds. Everything that...
his little joke.
Oh, they're just disgusting little creatures.
His little joke about Cancun, how Mexico wasn't as nice as Cancun.
That was
Orlando's nice, but it's not as great as Cancun.
Talk about rubbing shit in people's face.
He's making fun of the fact that they don't give a shit. Republicans don't give a shit. Do you think any of these maggot Republicans are going to go, well, Ted Cruz shouldn't have done that. He should have stayed there and worked for the... No. They're all saying, well, you would have done it too if you would have had money. No, I'd like to think I'd be doing a little something better than that.
That's the thing that pisses me off, because then they go back, well, we want to be bipartisan in this.
They do not.
$9 billion deal.
They
and
don't
it's like,
want to be bipartisan.
I'm sorry.
Shit.
Quit being bipartisan.
We're sliding right back into the obstruct everything the Democrats try to do. We're in office. Yep. They try to make us look bad. Baby, does it hurt the country? Yes. Do they give a shit? No.
Fuck yeah.
No. They would crush this country if it helps them get a Republican nominated, because when there's a Republican nominated and wins, then they have the keys to the freaking bank. They can take all the money they want and run out the freaking door again.
The funny thing is almost 80% of the country wants this deal to go through.
Yes, including Republicans.
Including Republicans.
Right-wing Republicans.
Get off the goddamn pot, get it done, and quit your bitching.
Oh no.
Well, it's Mitch McConnellism is what it is. He put it perfectly. Trump's guilty of all these things. He should be put in jail for it,
Yes.
criminally. But yeah, I'll support him in 2024.
But I'll support him for president because, you know, I get
what the hell
more
is wrong
fucking
with
money.
these people?
They're sick.
Come on.
They're sick. They've sold out. They've sold their whole country down the toilet for a con man who continues to con them. Just come out and say something patriotic, boss. That's all you got to do. These idiots will suck it up.
Yeah.
Let me catch up real quick. So. Diana Mallory donated. Diana Mallory, bequeather the gong and Secret Squirrels, donated $10 and said, Dominic's National Youth Leadership Forum Fund comes up. Come on, Blue Dots, we can do this. Go fund me. Outstanding, Diana Mallory. Thank you very much. You know, just on another word of that, you know what really makes me feel good is it's not, you know, Bernadette started this for her grandson, and this family is acting just like a family would. Not only are they supporting it, they're promoting it. And what better family can you have? If we was all living in the same neighborhood and your kid was selling Girl Scout cookies, well, we'd all be down there at the corner with her selling Girl Scout cookies.
Sure, but Thin Mints are crack, you know.
Thin Mints, my ass. It's the peanut butter ones at my house.
Oh, God.
No. Thin Mints. They're my favorite.
I'm having to turn them down now. I got like 6 boxes at home. I can't take another one home, man. I can't. Wait, I got to catch up a little bit here.
I mean, to be fair, the peanut butter ones to me are just as good.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Thin Mints are crack.
Those Samoan ones, oh my God. It's
they're
I
crack.
Can eat a box of
Different flavors of torture.
Your dealer's standing on the corner in a little uniform. Looks so cute, too.
Really quick, we want to welcome Hank to the room.
Hello, Hank. How's things in the Netherlands, my friend?
Oh, hang on. Let me just switch one thing off. Can anybody hear me?
No, we can't hear you.
Good.
Can't hear shit, Hank.
Say, well, things are okay in the Netherlands, but I would like to ask your attention for the following.
Go ahead,
because we are extremely pissed off at the moment with CPAC, and especially with the stage of CPAC.
The shape of the stage.
The shape of the stage.
You recognize that, huh?
Is the Othel rune, which was a rune that without these two wings that are on the bottom was a perfectly normal rune. However, they attached two wings to this Othel rune, and that was designed for the 7th SS Panzer SS Division Prince Eugen Volunteer Division.
Yeah.
And this sign on which these CPAC Republicans were standing and talking, and on which Trump was talking, and on which they all broadcast their vile rhetoric, stands for the following. And let me read this out. This division, 7th SS Panzer Division Prince Eugen, was infamous for its brutality. On the 6th of August 1946, during the morning session at the Nuremberg trials, it was said that this division was famed for its cruelty, and that wherever it passed, Serbia through Bosnia and Herzegovina, through Lika and Banja, through Dalmatia, everywhere it left behind scenes of conflagration and devastation, and the bodies of innocent men, women and children who had burned in the houses. Okay, and now we get a list, because I want everybody listening to this broadcast to know exactly what these people stand for and what they were standing on. They were standing on the logo of the 7th SS Panzer Division. Okay, hang on.
Yeah, you got to wonder to yourself, is that an accident? I don't think so.
Yeah, hang on.
Can I owe you a bit of an apology?
Here's a list of what they were standing on and basically what they are standing for. The Germans and Bulgarians committed reprisals against the civilian population and burned several villages during their anti-Chetnik Operation Kopaunik. The village of Kriva Reka, the location of Kaserovic headquarters in Serbia, suffered the most. 120 civilians were locked in the village church and burned to death by the members of the 7th Division. In other villages, in Kropanovic, 300 civilians were killed. In the villages on Mount Goch, 250 civilians were executed. Next, researchers of the Institute of History in Karlovac established the number of 276 civilian inhabitants of Karlovac area killed by the 7th SS Division during Operation Weisseins in January 43. In February, the division conducted, together with the 369th and 717th Division, an assault on Gremech. Some 15,000 civilian inhabitants, frightened and unwilling to wait for the Germans, broke through the German lines, together with partisans, but those left behind were destroyed mercilessly. Another drama of an attack on a refugee column happened late February near Rezanovici during Operation Wise II and resulted in hundreds of victims. According to official post-war investigation, 3 German divisions were responsible for 3,370 killed civilians and another 1,722 reported to concentration camps during Operation Wise. In late May and early June 1943, during Operation Zwart, the division killed large number of civilians and prisoners of war. In the village of Dub, Bukovac, Milkovac, Duba and Rudnici, in the Piva area, all captured inhabitants were killed, regardless of age or sex. The total number of victims from these villages was around 400. On the 12th of July, the Bosnian Muslim village of Rotumja near Stolac, 7th Division killed 66 civilians, 25 of which were younger than 15. On the same day, other units of the divisions killed 68 civilians, 36 younger than 50, in the Muslim village of Kosutica near Sokolac. During its advance towards Split in Yugoslavia, on the 17th to 30th December of 1943, the division killed 230 inhabitants of the villages in Imotski, Sinj and the Split area. After capturing Split, the division executed 48 Italian officers and 3 generals.
What do you say?
On the 5th of November, the division executed 25 hostages in Sinj in a retribution for losses. The 2nd Battalion of the 14th SS Regiment of this same division killed 1,525 Croatian civilians on the 26th to the 30th of March 1944 in the villages and hamlets between Kamešinica and Mosor in an action under command of the 5th SS Corps. They also did a lot of these atrocities in Montenegro, and now follows, and that's the last part, a small eyewitness.
That's a small amount of the atrocities. You know,
that's just a small amount.
Stage in that shape, and I've seen the reports on it too. You know, of course they're going to come back and say, well, these people are just nuts. They're looking for something. You know, that is a very distinct shape.
No.
When you tie in some of the people that are involved in the Republican Party, you can't definitively say, oh, that's just an accident. No, you know, they take such precise steps with everything that they try to attach themselves, and they are trying to progress a right-wing fascist dictator-style government here. They're trying to become an authoritarian country, and they want to install their king. And they're playing on the same hate that the Germans used in the late 30s. In the 1930s against the Jewish population or anybody else that they didn't like.
And
they tap into that hate. It never went away. It's always
been. We just witnessed genocide. We just witnessed genocide. 500,000 people dead in 11 months under this guy. 500,000 people. That's genocide. It's just flat out genocide.
It's damn right murder in my book. This man did nothing. Except try to hide everything.
He didn't do a damn thing, and like a friend of mine was talking the other day, he goes, you think about it, he goes, what that man did was exactly genocide, because he could give a fuck less of anything that happened from day one unless it happened to his family. Now, his daughter or his son would have probably gotten killed by Conan, then he probably would have said, oh, well, I guess it's real.
He encouraged it. He encouraged it to happen. He got people to let their guard down. He wanted it to happen.
Yeah, and
he literally set them up for the fall.
Yeah, you should also take into account, of course, that this logo, this stage was designed from the top down. Stages are always designed from the top down. So the person who designed it knew full well that this was a runic logo of the SS.
I believe that, you know.
John, can you hear me?
Yes.
This is Norseman Rick from the Head On Radio Network.
Hey, Norseman Rick, how you doing?
Good. I've damn near been like biting into my computer desk listening to you guys talk about this because I wanted to say something.
We'll jump right in.
Welcome.
Nice to meet you. As the resident Norse pagan priest of the Head On Radio Network, I guess, I figured I might as well chime in here about the Odal rune. The Odal rune is also the religious symbolism of it isn't necessarily they co-opted it, and yes, they added the wings, and I'm not justifying its use by the Nazis. I hate their use of it because they basically did to the runes of the Norse religion, the Nazis, what the KKK did with the cross.
Exactly.
Yeah,
they stole the symbolism and the meanings of it and changed it.
And with the swastika.
And the Odal rune was used by berserkers, the followers of Odin. They were the shock troops of the Norse warriors.
I see.
They would get themselves high on hallucinogens and mead, run into battle, and they were the ones you hear stories about walking back from battle with hundreds of arrows in them, and they'd survive until the adrenaline wore off and they just dropped dead.
Yeah,
exactly. They are.
Well, what they were doing and what Trump is doing is the same thing. They're trying to capitalize on symbolism in myths and stories that they can capitalize on to feed the hate that is already out there.
And the part of the reason why they chose the Odal rune for the 7th Panzer Division is because of the brutality of the berserkers.
Yes.
Yeah.
They wanted to. It's also the wings on that are supposed at the bottom. We're supposed to pull in the idea of the Valkyrie, the choosers of the slain.
Exactly.
And the Odal rune itself is a symbol for the Eye of Odin, who sees all and knows all, which basically means you can't hide.
Yep.
Well,
everything about him is satanic.
I mean, this symbol
and
is
they're claiming we're a demonic group
believers.
that eat babies.
Yeah.
Well, it is an insult to pagan believers, like the radio presenter who just joined in. He's a Norse pagan follower.
There are no bigots in Valhalla.
No, and I myself am a Roman era polytheist, so I believe in Roman gods. Yeah.
Well, I believe it's Jupiter. May Jupiter be with you.
May Odin see all and be with you too.
He's brought me a great glory in my life, and I use that glory to help all.
Could you send them both my way?
That is
I
very
could use
good.
a little help, right?
Just watch out for Freya, but watch out for Loki, especially. I think Loki is also Trump instigator, maybe. But
I'm actually surprised at the end of his speech he didn't throw paper towels.
I'm half surprised at the end of his speech he didn't just yell "Sieg Heil."
Sieg Heil. They would have done it. They would have done it. That's the sad part of it.
They are insulting so many people with this, doing this.
But that's not their audience. Alone. That's not their audience.
Us. As Americans, we're insulted. Trust me. I'm
insulted by it all the time. But they're not talking to us. They are reaching out to that group. They are actively reaching out to people who want white supremacy in our country.
This is just me, but my view on it is take a couple of people who pushed this like white nationalist ideology, give a couple of them a good old blood eagle on the steps of the Capitol building and see how long that lasts.
I just want to know where is their end game? You know, what is your end game? You want an all-white nation somewhere? Is that the deal? Do you think
Hank, I owed you a bit of an apology too. I did not mean to step into your discussion so heavily in Facebook, but I wanted the person you were talking to realize that this isn't the first time they've used this white supremacist signaling through symbolism.
Right.
That they've been doing it all along. So I just want to let you know that's the only reason I jumped in on that.
Yeah, trust me. I'm
the triangle, the 88. It goes on and on.
What gets me with Trump is he does a lot of code talking. He does a lot of it, whether it's Bible upside down, backwards, or a sign on the stage, or whatever.
Using number 17, just throwing Q in there.
Yeah, he's throwing out all these conspiracy QAnon bullshit theories for people to feed on.
He just might as well come out with 666 on his head.
And he lies about every single thing. I mean, and a person in his position, when people like that are in positions of power and they lie, they need to be held accountable right then and there, on the spot, locked up, charged with a crime, period, because they're the leaders.
I might have to apologize to a lady in the Blue Dot Family Facebook group. She was talking about the Antichrist and 666 and the number of And I reacted because, of course, I'm a Roman. I reacted like, will you please leave the ravings and rantings of a lunatic in a cave in Judea during the siege of Jerusalem? Will you please leave that out of it? Because this has nothing to do with the Antichrist. The 666 number has everything to do with Emperor Nero and afterwards
it's codification for Nero.
Manipulation. He's using religion to manipulate people.
Yes.
He does.
That's what it's for. That's why it was
not the first con man to do so.
Let me catch up here real quick before it goes too long. Before Maria Bettencourt, forget she's donated $5 and said McConnell doesn't support Trump, and this is important. He supports what Trump represents and projects: racism. Thank you, Maria Bettencourt. We appreciate that tremendously. He is using everything he has, every power he has, to motivate people who already have hate in their heart and they're looking for someone to dump it on. That's their man. He feeds it to them in symbolism, in his words, in his innuendo, whatever it takes. He's going to convince these people, and there are a lot of them out here, and some of them live near me and some of them live near you, trying to convince them that they are the patriotic ones and must rise up and take back their country for freedom. That's it, for freedom. And I fail to realize what freedom they're fighting for, except to be a bigoted bunch of assholes who, I don't know what they want. They don't know what they want except one thing. Somebody in there who's to steal as much money as they can.
He's an insurrectionist. He attacked the Capitol.
They just want to. They want to be millionaires, billionaires. They don't want to have to answer to anyone.
Well, they're not all going to be millionaires and billionaires. You know,
all I've got to say is I think Trump's speeches sounded better in the original German.
Yeah.
The Reichspartei.
You know, it's that old thing.
I can't even listen to him speak. I just want to throw up every time he opens his mouth. I just start gagging. I'm like, no, I can't watch this. I can't.
I actually, like I said, I wanted somebody to go up and smack him off the stage, but you know,
because all he does is attack people and spread lies, and that's it. That's all he's ever done.
That's it.
Yeah,
but it's not about the issues; it's about the attitude. So
there's another thing that the Europeans are extremely angry about now, and this has to do with, not necessarily directly with Biden, but a lot of Europeans have become very angry because of the warmongering rhetoric of several American generals in the Pentagon, who declared Russia an existential threat to the world, just like they declared Iran an existential threat to the world. So now the US is flying with B-1s all over Poland to impress the Russians, who are, of course, not impressed.
Doesn't make Europe feel very good, does it?
No, we don't want your war shit in our
that's
Europe.
When
we're not afraid of the Russians.
When you step back and take a look at just something as recent as the Khashoggi murder in the report that just came out that clearly identifies Prince Salam, whatever, slice of dice over here.
Salam bin Laden.
Yeah, Salam.
Yeah.
Bin Salam. He's the responsible party for the murder of the gruesome murder of Jamal Khashoggi. And on the grand stage of politics and world affairs, we can't take action against him because it might disrupt our military associate. You know, this. I repeat again. If you want to know why we are in Saudi Arabia, why we're in Iraq, why we're in Turkey, and why we're in Afghanistan. Look on the map and see what's in the center of that. There's your world politics. There's your young men and women out there on the line, and we've got Iran.
There's also more to it than that. I was in the Army back in 07, 08. I've been to Afghanistan.
Right.
One of the things, I think I mentioned that to you when you were on the horn, John, but one of the things a lot of people don't realize is about 6 months before the attacks on 9/11 and the decision to invade Afghanistan, we got a report here in the U.S. through several mining companies about huge amounts of heavy metals under Afghanistan and Iraq.
That's true. I read that. I did read that. It's not just about Iran. It is about what
uranium.
They call it, not only heavy metals,
uranium.
but
uranium and a bunch of prideful metals. But
and then there's also the
We need to get completely off of oil. Just, electric cars are coming. I see GM. I see all kinds of new cars coming out. They're all electric. And as soon as we get off of oil,
we're still there. We have problems there too, I'm sure, on the longer range because of rare earth.
And there's also another thing a lot of people don't realize, and this is something that was part of the redacted documents that was buried in the 9/11 report. The Taliban agreed to turn over. They basically sent a "Dear God, don't bomb us" to the Stone Age letter to George W. Bush through the State Department, agreeing to turn over every member of the Taliban and Osama bin Laden for trial. And Dick Cheney and Donald Rumsfeld sat on that until after we invaded, handed it over to George W. Bush, and basically
Dick Cheney,
used it as
the former head of the Halliburton, that guy.
Yeah, Halliburton. They made tons of money on that one.
Tons of money.
Yep.
And basically, we could have gotten Osama bin Laden and the entire chain of command that okayed the attack on us on 9/11 without firing a shot. But George W. Bush, Dick Cheney, and Donald Rumsfeld wanted to be cowboys.
The best thing I can say for George W. Bush is thank goodness for Trump. Because I never forget what W did to this country. We had absolutely right to go and find the people that attacked us on 9/11. Going into Iraq isn't where they were. That was a business deal with Dick Cheney and others to make it into what it was, a contractor war. It was a war to make money.
War profiteering.
That's exactly what it was.
Yeah, because they never found anything.
The whole thing with ISIS and all of that. That's all. You can lay all that right there at this doorstep of George W. Bush, because that's who started that crap. There was not a damn thing in Iraq that had anything to do with 9/11. And Donnie was determined to do it because, they tried to kill his daddy one time. So, plus there was a lot of freaking money to be made. And that, my friends, is a sad part of the American history that we fail to realize sometimes is the people that profit off of war, whether it be Vietnam or now. There are people that make an awful lot of money on war, and they would just as soon keep making it.
Crisis profiteering. We were talking about this. Crisis profiteering.
Yes. Yeah.
Whether it's
if there's a crisis, there's money to be made.
They made it in Laos. They made it.
Honestly, this is my opinion as a soldier. But if we wanted to fix the war profiteering issue, there's one easy way to do it, and it's the way the Romans fixed the issue.
How's that?
The Romans during the heyday realized that their generals were becoming complacent with the lives of their soldiers, especially after that fiasco where they lost an entire fucking legion in Gaul. Mm-hmm. And Caesar literally looked at his generals and said, "Give me back my legion or give me your life."
One of the two.
And since he couldn't give back the legions, the general who did it fell on his sword. After that, they instituted the Marius reforms, I think they were called. One of the things that was buried in the Marius reforms was the fact that generals could no longer lead from the rear. They had to be in the front with their shock troops.
Yeah, get up there and show me you're the hero. You're quite the historian there.
Put the presidents out front. Let them lead the charge, man, for sure. You want to go to war? You lead the charge.
Oh, yeah.
We'll give you the sword, You can be first.
And the other thing is that the leaders of the war, the people who had to be in charge of the war, were also all of the senators who voted for the war.
Well, there you go.
You either had to go yourself, or you had to send your firstborn son.
Ask me.
Yeah, and as a specialist in Roman military history myself,
we're all getting a history lesson.
One of the biggest ways that the Romans prevented war profiteering, in the sense of companies or conglomerates trying to gain access to war, is they did two things. They had all the soldiers pay for their own equipment. So from your salary, you paid for your own equipment. New shoes, new shield, new helmet, new armor. You have to pay it for.
That could get expensive after a while.
Secondly, they banned the tax farming by governors who sold basically the right to collect taxes to other people, who then started to collect taxes, and half of the taxes never arrived because they went into the pocket of the tax collector, who was basically expedited. It's comparable. Tax farming is comparable to these Blackwater kind of company, security company. So that was also banned on punishment of death. So yeah, it's the Romans were quite good at this.
Well, it's also the fact that the Romans, the government itself, was a part of their religion. Not being a good governor or a good citizen was actually something that could get you sent to their version of Tartarus, if I remember correctly.
Yeah,
I like the comedian's version of terrorism. You want to stop terrorism? Just charge $5,000 a bullet. That'll stop
there
it.
you go. Yeah, that would stop a lot of shooting around my house. Charge a whole lot for them bullets. Fuck yeah.
Yeah. I mean, shit. What the hell's wrong with this country? I mean, 4 years ago, it seems like we all got along just fine. Before Trump ever came along, I was getting along just groovy. Well, my life was great.
That is the power of hate, my friend. You can't motivate her. The only thing they love more than hate is money.
Completely fucking destroyed.
You can find the seeds in it. One of the original seeds just died recently.
Yeah,
this has been being planted for about 30 years. That cultivated slowly but surely through various media that has gotten more diverse, and they feed on it. Exactly.
Yes, they feed on it, and they have for years. And this is the
culmination
of years of anti-American fed bullshit. They feed them as much as they can. They rely on their vote. If you can, what is that? Johnson, I think somebody said that if you can convince the lowest white guy that he is better than the most prominent black fella, well, then he doesn't mind it when you pick his pocket. That's what they believe.
It's also a bit of a self-fulfilling prophecy, of course. The more America bombs other countries, the more we do not like you, and we become anti-American.
I'm glad to see Biden back in there on the world stage. We have to repair the damage that has been done by 4 years of Donnie Dumbass trying to make money all over the world.
Not only that, like he went back with the World Health Organization. What does Trump say? Well, we were getting fucked over by them. We were getting fucked over by them.
Donnie needs to, what is that Donnie needs to do?
I just need you to shut the fuck up, because nobody asked you.
Nobody asked him. No, go away. You're talking to your CPAC down there. You don't have to come out here and talk to us because we really don't give a fuck. Just shut the fuck up. Anyway.
We also have to remember we have a responsibility as citizens. Biden can't do this alone. We are the strength behind Biden and all of our representatives that we have put in the position, and we need to increase that strength.
That is the key.
John?
Yes.
I just wanted to say that I love it every time you play that song because I'm a huge fan of the Andrews Sisters.
I am too. I love the song. All right, we're going to take a minute just to listen to it again because every time I play it, I feel better.
I'm surprised that John doesn't get up and dance.
Oh, hell, I could do a swing to that. Not a problem, baby. Me and Mama be cutting it up in the kitchen. Oh, yeah.
I mean,
go ahead.
Like, I'm literally I'm Bob from the Cult of the Subgenius at this point. I literally look like when I'm not wearing my kilt and my Scottish clothing, I look like a 1950s professor with the cardigan and the house.
Oh, I love it.
And the pipe.
You were that
I'm
guy
literally
at the
Bob.
Dead shows I used to see all the time in the Celt, right?
Have you seen my Canadian? By the way, for when I'm feeling more intellectual, I smoke my Canadian here. I'm tickled that you come by and visit.
So you don't like a German meerschaum pipe?
Yes, I like a German. I like a good calabash. I like a good calabash with a meerschaum bowl. You bet your ass. Go ahead, talk pipe to me. I do.
We're talking about the Andrews sisters. I mean, I had a discussion a few months ago with one of these. You know all about these people, American patriots. America, fuck yeah, patriots.
Oh, America,
and I
baby. You're talking about America.
I can't stand these people. So this bastard He says to me, if it weren't for us, you would all be speaking German in the Netherlands, because we liberated you. And then I always have to answer, no, the British liberated us, and the Americans did a small part in the Netherlands. However, but these were soldiers and these were patriots. I said, they were patriots. Modern day Americans, not so much.
And that's a sad thing. That is a sad thing for the world to look at and see. Because where we are as a majority, we still are. It is the loud, drunk cousin in the room that's getting all the attention. That's who's getting the attention.
I'll tell you an anecdote. During the Iraq War,
now it's dawning. Drunk the cousin in the room. That was perfect.
During the Iraq War, I met at a commemoration. I met a veteran of the 82nd Airborne who had fought in the Netherlands.
Right.
This was during the George Bush era. And this 80-year-old man told me, when I look at America today, I do not know why the hell we fought against the Nazis, because the same is happening in my country right now. That's what he said.
Sad
that opened my eyes.
It's insulted everybody.
When we look at
I honestly agree with that myself as a veteran, because there are some days I look at this and, I mean, we traded one goose-stepping group of jackasses for another.
For another set. We were discussing the Andrew system and everything, and I am nostalgic for the 1940s. When I look at it from the paradigm of the way the war effort back home was, how hard it was on the United States for the people back here, and still had to suffer through hardships to support a war effort, and it was universal. There was very little dissension amongst World War II. I look at it as the last time America was united. After that, we went into Korea, ended up in Vietnam. It separated more and more because the American people were brought to light that war sucks, because it could have stopped a long time ago, but we decided to keep it going for X reason or Y reason or whatever.
Maybe the last just war was World War II. And the rest of the wars have been unjust.
Yeah, ever since then, it's a war of profit. I look at, during Vietnam,
more people dead.
Bell helicopter was making money hand over fucking foot.
Oh,
and that was wrapped up with the Johnson family. Are you shitting me? Come on.
You got 500,000 people dead. That's more than all the wars combined. In 11 months.
I always say, and being a military brat and a veteran myself, we spend way too much fucking military on the military-industrial complex. No, we are not talking about shorting the soldiers and sailors, because they're not getting the fucking money anyway. We spend so much money and give it to defense contractors. We are in the weapons business, baby, and we sell it to any fucking buddy. We've been selling it to Saudi Arabia for years, and guess who was mostly on that fucking plane? Guess who financed the fucking 9/11 operation? One day that shit's gonna come back and bite us on the fucking ass because we don't give a shit. Yeah.
Yep.
One thing a lot of people don't realize is the military budget doesn't actually pay military salaries. The military budget is a completely separate thing. The military salaries for our soldiers is a line item, but is a line item in the United States budget, not in the military budget. The military budget is entirely to build.
The 800 and something billion they did last time. This is it is. It's a jobs program. Every one of them fucking senators or congressmen, most of them have some kind of defense factory in their state. That's the way they designed the system, so every state had a little piece. Some states get more. Other states have a little something going on from the government there to keep them in line. But it's a jobs program.
I mean, we have here, we have in Colorado, we have Lockheed Martin. And I guarantee you, Lockheed Martin's in there.
Well, Lockheed Martin is the #1 war profiteering company in the world currently.
And one of the
Afghanistan Army Depot that makes the tanks. I can't remember.
Yep.
John,
I know which one you're talking about.
One of the other things a lot of people don't realize about the whole situation is that prior to Reagan and the war industry really exploding, it was big before then, but it really exploded under Reagan because he privatized it.
Yeah.
Prior to Reagan, everything that we built was built in-house, and then they would show the plans to every single company that could build it, and the guy who could build it for the cheapest,
Gotcha.
matching the exact specs that the Army Corps of Engineers designed, or the Air Force Corps of Engineers, aeronautical engineers. That was who got the.
Yeah.
But what's interesting is the last plane that was actually designed by the in-house for the military by the military was the A-10.
The Warhawk. That's a long time ago. That's a long time ago.
That's part of the reason.
A long time.
That thing saved my ass a couple of times in Afghanistan. There's a reason they're not planning on retiring it for another 70 years.
It's a versatile aircraft. That thing, they call it a tank buster, but it, for ground support,
it was
low and take care of business. Yeah.
There is nothing. There is no sweeter sound in the world when you're under heavy enemy fire than the of an A-10 tank.
Of a minigun.
Tank killer.
Yeah.
I posted it over in the main discussion just for anyone interested. It's an older article, but not too old. The top 20 companies profiting from war. Compare that to the second list, which is the members of Congress who are invested in those companies.
Well, there you go.
It's interesting to do a little cross coordination on that one. We got a lot of people making money from war.
It would be an embarrassment to all of us to find out who your congressman and who your senator are invested in.
Oh, and it's worth looking. It's worth researching.
I say it all the time. Their piddly ass salary, and that's the way they look at it. And what do they get? 400-something thousand a year or something like it. It works out. I've seen a thing. $85 an hour is what a congressman gets. $85 an hour.
I can live comfortable.
All the time.
And John?
Yeah.
This is just the little commie socialist pinko in me, but
go ahead. Let it show.
But what I would do is Lockheed, all of these aircraft manufacturers that have been war profiteering, I'd send them a bill for every dead soldier and then repossess all of their shit and turn it back over to the Army Corps of Engineers.
There you go. There's always a plan.
Like a true soldier.
There you go. Yeah, I am not a combat veteran. I tell people I saw a lot of shit from high up in the sky. And I worked on aircraft. I've kept those aircraft flying. That was my job. My brother, on the other hand, ground pounder in Vietnam, first Marine Division, it went out looking for shit and lives with memories. Those that have been to war or know what it is, they usually come home and they're the biggest they don't want to send anybody else there. They don't want another generation to go through the hell or the memories that they hold.
You want to show the best support for our troop possible? Use them sparingly.
Yeah.
Use them as if they are precious, as they really should be to us.
Children.
Exactly.
But unfortunately, and we have some members of Congress and some senators whose children have served. But very few.
If we spent all the money on equality that we spend on war, we wouldn't need wars. We wouldn't need any of that. We'd be over it.
Can you imagine if we took that money that we budget the military every year and spent that solely on the infrastructure?
This year you spent $706
Spent that on the infrastructure, spent that on education, spent that on
you could make
job reform, everything.
You could make outstanding surges in social reform as far as I get into it with these Republicans where why are they homeless? Why don't they get a job? Are you fucking shitting me? Why don't they homeless guy get a job?
On them every time.
Well, not only that, but they don't have a fucking address. You ain't got an address. You ain't gonna get a job. What are they gonna do? Go look for you under the fucking bridge to come? Look here, Bob. You got hired. Get your cardboard.
Did you see Bernie Sanders? Did you see Bernie Sanders talking about Costco and Walmart?
A lot of them
today?
are veterans.
He had made some really good points on. Yeah, go ahead. I don't want to step on your.
No, I mean, I just think that Bernie is in the right place. All of a sudden, he's pointing out how these richest companies in the world are only paying their employees $11 an hour.
Well, and training them how to get welfare. They literally have training programs on how to get their
classes
on welfare.
On how to get benefits to subsidize what they're not getting paid.
John,
that's the burden that the
by
society
the way,
has.
Spock says hi.
Outstanding. Well, tell him I said live long and
Spock
prosper.
wanted me to say hi. I will.
There you go.
To explain to everyone else, John knows about this. My cat will paw at my headset until I tell people hi if I'm talking to my headset.
There you go. Spock has spoken. There you go. Live long and prosper. My door is closed.
And yes, his
my
name is
animals can't
Spock,
get in
son
here
of
right
Sarek.
now.
I'm a big Trekkie. I'm a full-on Trekkie. I got it all memorized every episode.
Oh, the one thing about it with cats They got pointed ears, so that.
I love my
They
cat.
got
My
razor
cat's
blades
my
for
best
claws.
friend, you know?
They
My
have
cat-
razor
that's
blades
true,
on
too.
their feet.
Like literally, my cat's my best friend. She's been keeping me just company through this whole COVID thing. Like my cat.
Yeah, all of our pets. You know, I have
Yeah.
cats and dogs. Our 2 cats inside, they stay with my son Tyler. He lives in his little apartment there. And then we have the 4 dogs that live in the house. Have a doggy door; they can go out anytime they want. And then, of course, we have our donkey and our bird.
How is she doing, by the way? Your donkey.
Been a rough day, I guess. A lot of loud noises and stuff. You know, people try to scare her. You know, that's the big thing down here. Is come scare the fuck out of the donkey. You know, it's a scumbag thing.
It's ridiculous.
It is sad. It is sad.
You know,
we keep our
like you
donkey
guys-
now
like
in
you
the
guys-
back. It limits her. She can't go up in the front where she normally likes to go. I don't want to put
Like
her
you
up there
told-
because it's just like asking. You know, it's like there she is.
Like John, you told that joke the other day. It was like, guy throws the dynamite in the water, and he goes, "Hey, you can't do that."
Yeah.
And so the guy gives
Lights.
him a piece of dynamite, and he goes, "Here you go.
You're
Now
gonna-
just say that I can't throw this in there."
yeah, you're gonna fish or you're gonna talk. One of the two.
Yeah.
Anyway, let me catch up real quick. Let me piss some people off. Teresa Diggum donated $5 through Super Chat and said, in 6th grade, one of our teachers did that experiment with the brown-eyed for 2 days. Made a huge impression on all of us forever. Isn't that amazing? When you get somebody young and you teach them what racism is and how it feels
Yeah.
to get that on a personal level, it's something all of us should know. Empathy is something that the other side has no interest in.
John?
Yes.
Do you know what's something else I was thinking about the other day?
Huh.
You've heard me talk about physics and like my view on aliens, like the fact that they wouldn't stop here. We're the Alabama of the universe. You only stop here if you've got Ken or you're out of gas. But what I'm convinced of is that we're not, like, in every movie you ever see humans in, we're always the squishy, like, we die in a heartbeat. If you really look at the history of the human race, we are the fucking orcs.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Monkeys with guns. We are monkeys with guns. Literally.
Think about the old movie, not the remake, but the Day the Earth Stood Still.
Well, look
But
at all
what
these.
I'm saying is,
What the universe is worried about.
I mean, like, when you get right down to it, if you look at it, you could give us enough time and resources, we'll kill anything.
Oh,
If
yeah.
anything that doesn't kill us immediately just pisses us off.
So we
And
kill
on
it.
top of that, we're incredibly rugged and hard to get rid of. I mean, the Earth's tried how many times?
Oh, well.
On top of that, think about all of
COVID
the
is a
other
good
hardier,
attempt.
bigger, angrier animal species out there that won't even fuck with us now.
Ain't it sad?
I mean, we're space orcs. We
We're
are not the
fleas
fucking...
on this fucking planet.
The
is what
biggest
we are.
predators on the planet avoid us.
On all the UFO encounters, we shoot first and ask questions later. We don't even say hello.
Yeah,
We
if it
just
ever
open
happens,
fire.
you know, you want it to happen like what's that?
And like I am convinced that in the 1950s, the reason that we started seeing more aliens is for the same reason you poke your head out of a window when your next door neighbor's house is on fire.
Yeah,
you just want to make sure it isn't touching your
house. Yeah.
Do you remember that? I don't know which comedy series it was in, but it was like Earth was kind of a comedy show on alien television, and they were all
I could
watching
see
it
that
every day.
I could see
South
that.
Park. That too.
Let me catch up here
Well, yeah,
real quick
come on,
because I got to catch this up, and y'all get prepared for some singing here in just a minute. Ben Stroud donated $5 to Super Chat and said that 30 millimeter Gatling gun on that A-10 Warhog means business. The baddest gun in the world ever made as far as a machine gun goes, and it spits bullets out faster than you can think. It
5,000 rounds a minute.
Yeah, it's a massive.
No, a second.
And
3.2 centimeter grenades it shoots.
All right, here's our singing part now. Gary Spring donated 2 beaver bucks from Super Chat and said, "Birthday boy says fuck Trump." Okay, I just caught it in the chat, right? It was going by a lot in the chat. Everybody's wishing Gary Spring a happy birthday. So are y'all ready to sing?
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to Gary. Happy birthday to you. I think we could go to recording contract.
And many more.
And many more, baby. Thank you, Gary Spring, and happy
Random-
birthday, brother, all the way up in the freezing
We
north
should
of
all
Canada.
register for the voice now.
I seen
Random-
Canadian Prime Minister on Meet the Press this morning, talking to.
Random facts before I forget, John.
Yes, sir.
Remember that
The random fact: the A-10 tank killer's main gun is so powerful that when it fires, they actually designed it to do this. The engines are not powerful enough to displace the recoil of the gun. It has to come in and diagonally, and it literally hovers because the gun is equal to the.
So for
thrust of the jet
momentarily,
engine.
you have zero. The propulsion equals the recoil of the right weapon. Yeah, I see. I could see that.
If you watch an A-10 actually come in for a gun run, it's coming in at a 45-degree angle and flies at a 45-degree angle straight forward
that's why
like a
they're
helicopter.
never going to get rid of it, because for close combat support from the air, that's what you want
but the A-10 is horrific, but be happy that the Taliban or ISIS does not have Russian man pads.
Yeah,
because it would
well,
fuck it up.
For every weapon that we have, there is a weapon designed to shoot it down.
Ironically, it actually was designed to fight that. The entire design of the thing is literally a gun with a titanium tub.
Yeah.
The A-10 tank killer can literally fly with more than 90% of the airplane disabled.
There you
It's
go.
like a B-17.
It was designed by the same guy who designed the Huey.
What I was going to say, a lot of the B-17 bombers, you'd see them come back on their runs from World War II, and they're in pieces, but they're still flying.
They designed it by the guy who designed the Huey is the same guy who designed the A-10, if I remember correctly. It was one of the last things he did before he retired.
Shoot, I'm having a hard time remembering yesterday.
Boy, listen to us liberals fucking talking like
about
military
weapons.
and
No
shit.
shit.
It's as if we don't love
like
the
we don't
A-10.
know what that is.
God
I've
damn.
got a nice
A gun? What the hell is that, son of a bitch?
I hear
I've
people
got a nice
wasting ammo
irony.
around here all the time. I
There's
think
a nice
to
bit
myself
of-
every
It's
time.
funny. All
There's
of
a nice bit of
all the
pure
Republicans
around
I hear
I don't have to worry
talking
about.
about weapons, all the Republicans I hear talking about weapons, half of them I've seen shoot don't even know proper muzzle discipline.
Yeah.
But the thing is, it's just that the liberals don't stand around and masturbate about their
There you
guns.
go.
We
We
actually
don't have
learn
a
how to
fucking
use
love
it.
affair with the thing.
I've been
I'm not
terrified
trying to
at shooting
stick my
ranges.
pecker in it.
I'm terrified at shooting ranges about people that don't know how to handle a basic
in
firearm.
Britain, today in Britain,
I've told John before, I use a black powder muzzle loading Pennsylvania rifle. I'm trained on it.
nice.
I can pick the wings off a gnat at 800 meters with it. I guarantee you, if I handed that off to half of these gun masters,
They wouldn't know what to do
they
with
wouldn't
it.
even know how to
Where
put
do
a bullet in.
Where's the shell go in? Is there a magazine on this thing?
No, they
Yeah,
go.
it's funny.
They go.
Yeah, no,
No.
I have a 50 caliber black powder.
They would actually sit there and fire it, and then go. Well, how do you reload it now?
Yeah. They wouldn't be able to fire it in the first place because
the way I see this whole thing,
today in
the way I see this whole thing, the NRA gave Trump. The NRA gave Trump $200,000 to run for office. The NRA and the Second Amendment became his whole big pushing platform because they gave him all the money.
The National
Yeah,
Russian
it's all money
Alliance.
about him. Yeah.
Let me talk about some real hardware now.
Oh
today,
shit! We're getting
today
into
in
heavy
Exeter,
weapons now.
Today in Exeter, in Britain, the explosives ordnance disposal of the British Ministry of Defence, the British military, tried to defuse or
Didn't they find a 600-pound bomb?
Did blow up a 500-kilogram Stuka bomb from the Germans, or a Heinkel bomb.
They're still finding those after so many years.
They thought they had dug it in quite well, but apparently they didn't. So, everybody was evacuated beforehand.
They're still finding stuff out in the ocean.
The bomb exploded, and for I think a mile, all buildings were damaged by shrapnel and stuff. I mean, if you see the video, I'll post it on John's personal page.
Put it over there.
It's hilarious.
Well, that's like we were talking. We were talking. We said all these gung ho bastards. We were like, I said, they'd just love to have tanks and go out and try to kill elk with them. There wouldn't be nothing.
Hell, when I was stationed in Guam,
be shit.
they warned us all the time, don't get off the fucking road and go thinking you can go hump back in the jungle back there just for fun, because you might step on something you're going to regret the rest of your life if you fucking come out of there. A lot of unexploded ordnance, booby traps, all sorts of shit that were still on that island.
Yeah.
When
There's
there.
still shit in the ocean yet.
Oh yeah, hey baby, when the world powers that be decide to start throwing weapons around, they don't really give a fuck where they land.
They don't care where they land.
We try to be more
Here
precise nowadays, and it makes it more difficult for them to explain what the fuck they're shooting at, because we better be precise with this shit because the news is all over.
And with the weapons we have now, we don't really need to put people in harm's way.
Well, that's what I'm saying. What the fuck are we making tanks for? Really? You think it's going to involve tanks? It's not.
We're only about 50 to 60 years away from, I think, total drone warfare on both sides.
This is going to
getting there.
Fought by a guy or girl behind a console in the United States flying something at your ass. This is not going to be some guy in a tank after a while.
This is my view on it being a Norse
hundreds and hundreds of tanks at the Sierra Army Depot.
Yeah.
John, this is my
the desert.
Go ahead.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, go ahead.
This is my point of view on it being a Norseman. I don't think that drones should ever be used in war. If you're going to go to war, there should be some risk of loss involved. Because if there is no risk of loss, there is no honor. And once honor is removed from the battlefield, it becomes a game.
And
some people are willing to throw.
We passed that.
That's where we are. Yeah, that's where we are now.
I know, but I'm just saying that personally bothers me.
It does.
Everybody.
You got kids right now that are playing war games on video games, and that's basically going to be your new. That's going to be your new people.
The new soldier could be your new recruit because he's already well versed.
That's
in
those games development was sponsored by the U.S. military.
I mean, you desensitize people to violence, and then they're easier to send into violence. They've been practicing it every day on TV.
Thank the gods that they haven't done this
at large.
But any army will lose against a nuke.
Works every time. I heard.
Everyone loses against a nuke.
The danger is one of these days we're going to have somebody that's going to want to go there. And what does that mean for the rest of the population of the Earth itself?
Just remember, Donnie Dinkle wanted to do that with hurricanes.
Yeah, Donnie wanted to drop a nuke in the hurricane. Yeah, that'll help.
Well, until we get insane people out of power, we're going to be in trouble.
We used to rely on nuclear detente, mutually assured destruction, MAD. That if you launch, we launch, everybody fucking loses. That theory still holds true, but there are people now in the world stages that don't really give a fuck. Because
smaller countries.
Let me tell you what happened in Iraq.
Best example of this.
In the north of Iraq, ISIS was actually actively looking for nuclear waste.
Yeah,
sure. Waste from
hospitals. Think if somebody who's looking for a pathway to heaven and think if they destroy everything they get to heaven, those kind of people will use it.
Even politically, they look at what North Korea did and how they leveraged us with just a few nukes, and then
not
small
even
countries see
that.
this.
Yeah.
I was an MP, so I actually got a lot of these briefings on a lot of the stuff that you guys are talking about right now when I was in Afghanistan. Because if there is ever an NBC event, we're the ones who keep control on the army base and help the civilians
nuclear,
keep
biological,
control.
or chemical, for those that don't know what an NBC is.
But the reason ISIS was looking for nuclear waste is you can't turn nuclear waste into a nuke.
No,
you can turn nuclear waste into a salt bomb.
You could, you can use it to destroy the environment around an area, or make people sick.
Area denial weapon is the reason they were actually looking for it. They weren't looking for it to actually attack a target. Yeah. What they were wanting to use it for was what's called a salted nuke. It's basically a nuke that you put into the ground, and and it's basically a very large conventional explosive, except you evenly mix the nuclear waste into it. When it goes off,
salt the earth.
It salts the earth, and if you put that in like a mountain pass or a valley,
it just makes it uninhabitable.
You're not going to be able to grow or raise cattle or whatever.
That wasn't why they wanted it in case we invaded. That way they could control where we came from.
That actually makes the term "sold to" very poignant.
That's just
Carthage.
Yeah.
Carthage and the salting of the earth by the Roman troops under what was it?
Nothing makes
Market,
you feel better than to know
Scipio Africanus.
that there are those out there that are planning the demise of the whole fucking world.
Doomsday
Clock journey is long.
That is also why well there were several weapons basically banned. The neutron bomb is one that was
that turns you into goop and saves the buildings.
Saves the buildings and it kills you and also battlefield.
Oh, it doesn't just
like...
kill you. When neutrons hit you, it breaks down the cellular bonds between you. It basically turns you into a pile of bone and jello.
Okay, yeah.
And neutrons
like...
dissipate in a matter of days. So if you blow that up in the city, you wait a couple of days, you can go in and then you just take a glad bag and a shovel and you start scooping up the enemy forces.
Plant a bunch of sunflower seeds.
I think there also was a ban on weapons that did not kill but would blind the opponent permanently.
Oh yeah, there's a whole category of
there's a whole new technology coming out.
Well, you're not bioweapons either, right? But we're seeing bioweapon. I mean, the virus is almost a bioweapon by itself.
The biggest weapon we have to worry about is going to be
bioweapons are for a small range,
bioweapons
basically.
Bioweapons are completely different. Virus bioweapons are designed specifically to be a short-term option. You put it in, it lasts a couple of days, incredibly virulent, and then dies because you don't want it to still be there when your army marches through. But you want to kill everyone before you get there.
Hold on. The Cowboys didn't think about that when they gave the Indians smallpox, right?
Yeah, that wasn't that was early biological warfare. Modern weaponized viruses.
The enemy.
That's the problem. You can release, if you release any kind of a plague on a nation, you can blame anybody.
All they have to do here is shut the fucking power off and wait a few months, and they'll be out here killing each other all day long over here.
Oh yeah,
sure.
That's what these militias are planning for. When the power goes off and the law enforcement around, they're going to go shoot their fucking neighbor on the pretense that I need his shit.
John?
Yeah.
I'm not saying COVID is a bioweapon. I didn't mean that. I'm just saying that if they release a virus, they could point fingers at anybody. Not that COVID is a bioweapon.
Can I say something, please?
Sure, go ahead.
This was what I was trying to get at. The thing is, when you can tell the difference between an engineered weapon, even a virus, and the naturally occurring version, and this is how they know if it comes from a lab or not. Have you ever looked at a grafted tree? You can tell where the grafted part is.
Right.
Grafted and engineered viruses have a telltale DNA structure. It's too organized. There is no leftover extraneous DNA because most of the people who create these kind of things are also the same kind of OCD assholes who remove everything that isn't needed. So you end up with a virus that's too perfect and designed exactly to do one thing: go in, kill everything in a couple of hours, and then die so that your soldiers don't get it too.
Yes.
But when you look at a normally reoccurring virus like COVID or anything else, the flu, there is a bunch of extraneous bullshit. It looks like an actual tree if you map out the DNA, whereas an engineered virus looks like a stick.
It's designed to mutate as much as it can.
No,
if you
do not want mutations.
Well,
not want mutations in a biological weapon.
That was the point I was making. In a COVID virus, which is designed to mutate like most viruses are, whereas what they do with weaponized viruses is strip it down from mutating so it can't.
Yeah, because the last thing you want is a virus going rogue.
You don't want it coming back on your soldiers and killing.
We run that risk too much in nature, let alone to weaponize it.
But if you think for 1 minute out there that there are not countries around the world, including our own, that are not trying to develop bioweapons.
They're
naive.
There's stuff. There's stuff in the CDC we don't know about.
On the pretense of we got to do it before they do it.
I do have some insight on this because I do have a friend who worked at the one of the biological weapons labs as a security guard back in the 80s when we were still researching this stuff. The amount of virus that most what you would classify as first world countries have, with the exception of Russia and Saudi Arabia right now, a very minuscule biological weapons program specifically designed not to create more of the virus, but to study those viruses to create basically a vaccine that we could give out if they ever were used on us.
Yeah,
that's the main purpose of those.
Yeah, I have a cousin that works in,
I think, in Iraq,
Maryland,
the cocktail of
Maryland
medicine that people got.
place, and he basically, that's what he designs, is the stuff to counteract that.
Yeah, and like, God help you if you ever have to use atropine.
Yeah.
We got dosed with something in Afghanistan. Luckily, we found out before we had to use the atropine that it was just a cleaning chemical. But one of the guys in my unit actually used atropine back in the 80s when it first came out. And because they thought it was the 90s in Desert Storm, because they thought they got hit with VX. And what atropine does is it doesn't cure the VX. The way it gets rid of it is it jacks your body temperature up, shoots your metabolism through the roof, basically gives you a controlled seizure / heart attack.
Forces your body to burn it.
And because VX and most nerve agents have a very limited temperature range they can live in. So for about 10.5 minutes, your body shoots up to about 115 degrees.
All right.
You're literally cooking the virus out of your own body. And it is miserable from what he told me. He said he felt like he was fucking dying,
So
passed out, and woke up 3 days later.
Y'all just didn't have any idea of the ways that your body could die until you tuned in tonight. Let me catch Mega Wet Willie donated $5 and said they have a big fear with global warming that a bunch of virus and diseases frozen in the Alaskan permafrost could escape since permafrost is melting.
2020, we've got COVID. 2021, we've got shit that killed our fucking ancestors. Have fun, bitches.
Yeah, I read an article today about the new Chinese. It's not really, well, it is a virus that is in animals, but you can't really get it because it's not airborne. It's a virus that you can get by eating contaminated meat of bats and other animals that they eat in China.
Let's stay away from eating bats.
Let me talk about a virus here for a second.
That's also how they think we ended up with the AIDS virus as bushmeat.
Yeah.
The AIDS virus is a mutation of the simian herpes.
I survived hepatitis C, so today we have cures that did not exist 20 years ago.
Medicine is advancing as technology is.
I thought hepatitis C was gonna kill me, literally. But now I'm cured because they came up with a drug. So we're coming up with all kinds of stuff.
And look how fast the vaccines for the current COVID vaccine has come along, and how fast that's progressing. Technology, one thing, allows you to build better technology that allows you to progress faster.
It's called an exponential curve. If you look at every time a new technology is invented, it exponentially increases the rate of existing inventions.
Build a bigger, faster computer. It allows you to build a bigger, faster computer.
War. I mean, war fuels technology.
Yes. Oh yeah.
Sadly.
And I was talking to a friend of mine the other day about the COVID. I said, now think about it. They have the COVID vaccine. Now watch. Maybe they'll find the cure for common cold.
Yeah. We're still working on that one. But who knows? Eventually, we'll get along and find that eventually.
And John, we were talking earlier about video games.
Yeah.
There was something that happened a couple of days ago that made me damn near hopping mad here in Illinois.
What's that?
We have a representative at the state level here, not at the federal level, in Chicago, who is trying to ban violent video games. And the way he worded it would basically make anything but fucking Pong illegal.
Go ahead.
And
I don't know to moderate that.
Yeah, that's not going to happen. That's not going to happen.
But he's a Democrat, and I just really wish Democrats would stop trying to steal defeat from the jaws of victory.
Yeah.
Because I'm a video gamer. This guy is a Democrat. I guarantee you, because
there's a lot of people out there play video games.
I've studied politics for quite some time. There is actually an undercurrent of what happened in 2001 that cost the Democrats the White House was actually because of Joe Lieberman. Joe Lieberman's attacks on video games turned off pretty much everyone who was part of my generation, the early millennials, who turned 18 and could have voted in 2001, voted for Bush specifically because he refused to go after video games. He asserted that free speech.
If you come up, come at people's
guys, we have a millennial in the room.
But who?
Me.
You.
Wait, me?
I'm Gen X. I'm Gen X. We hate everyone.
But
what were those kids called? The overcoat kids, the single shooter kids that shot some people up, and they made a big deal of that on the video game thing.
Actually, that was a scapegoat thing. But yes, the Fox News turned video games into a scapegoat to cover up for the fact there's a lot of evidence that's come out over the years that it was a militia attack that was organized by Dylan Klebold and Eric Harris at Columbine because they were neo-Nazis and part of a militia.
You know what?
The date that they attacked is Hitler's birthday.
You know what the big thing on Fox News now is? Mr. Potato Head isn't Mr. anymore. That's the outrage that's going on right now on Fox News.
You want to the ironic thing about this?
Trying to cut off
even that they were switching genders.
As a Colorado, and I'm not going to jump into the Derek Klebo thing, and because those kids were a little whacked in the fucking head anyway.
They were. I'm not. So they were fucking nuts, but they there is.
It's our it's our society
that raises them. They had no parental guidance whatsoever.
Oh yeah.
Everything starts within your home. If you're a cockroach, you're going to teach your kid the cockroach ways. If you have no empathy, if you have no sympathy or anything for any of our society, your child sees that and grows up with the same damn thought. He doesn't have to worry about our society or your neighbors or anything. Fuck them people. Let them get their own. The whole basic structure of our society breaks down.
Teach your children well.
Yeah, that's exactly it. You can find it in the song. Teach your children well.
I know, and you know that kids, if you teach them right, they know a video game from real life.
I mean, I've been playing Metal Gear Solid, one of my favorite game series. Yeah. Kudos to anyone out there who knows about that series.
Well, that's what I'm saying. You know the difference between that.
Oh, he's been playing.
Yeah. Well, is there anyone in this group who started playing Pong?
Yes. Oh, fuck
me.
Yeah.
Me. Fuck yeah. Greatest thing ever invented.
That's the very first video game they ever created.
Yes, we're talking about
it's the only game that the bar I worked in had in 1974.
And there was always somebody sitting at it. Always.
Lazy Larry.
And like one of my games of choice is Battlefield because it is more realistic. But I play it for the team-based aspect. I like playing on a team. It's like laser tag. And they've done studies outside the United States. Every single study that has linked video games to violence inside the United States was bankrolled by the NRA. They were shopping a study around looking for someone to be willing to sign off on it.
Because if you can shoot it in a game, you want to shoot it in real life.
But when we landed on the moon, we had Pong. We had Pong on our TV when we landed on the moon. So now you have more technology on
playing Grand Theft Auto 5 as we speak right now.
Oh, that's what I was about to say.
I play that all the time. It's fun to smack the hookers with bats.
So but that doesn't mean I'm going to walk out of my apartment and beat my neighbor with a bat until I hear the cha-ching noise.
That doesn't mean I'm going to go outside and run over my neighbor or shit like that. It's a video game. I know it's different.
I'll tell you a story about Battlefield. I mean, we were playing with, I think, 5 versus 5. And of course, you could also fly. And I'm quite a very good pilot in very many flight simulators. So
how many planes have you crashed, Hank? No.
Learning, I've crashed 1,000. But now I can fly. But
yeah, I love to fly. It's that landing shit that gets you every time.
So we have this line of enemies, and these enemies are all crouching or sitting on their knees behind a ridge, and I got a F4U Corsair, and I was flying very high, and I saw this entire line of enemies. So I went low level, and I chopped them up with my propeller.
I'm telling
they were so angry.
You can ask my son. If I prefer
to respawn.
When I like to fly a prop job, World War II kind of aircraft.
I don't fly. I hate it. I'm sorry, but
I love
if I'm on a boat or a
treetop,
train
baby.
and that bitch stops, I don't die.
I get a kick out of it because I am a Grand Theft. I'm a Grand Theft Auto, 5 person. I get up in the planes and I'm like, yeah, and it took me a little while to get the plane, right, left, everything. But then now it's like I get up about as high as I can and I jump out of the plane just to see the plane crash.
Here, I gotta chime in really quick because as you know, I mean, I'm not the only millennial, which is really weird to say that here on the show. I'm not the only millennial in here. In regards to video games, because video games have been a big part of my life since I was growing up. There's something that I just need to say now that, I've grown up playing rated M games when I was a kid, not realizing why they were rated M because I knew it was only a game. I'm not going to give that same, same thought or same, I can't just put everybody in the same box as me. That being said, video games, to me, it's not as much about the violence. It's not about the Grand Theft Autos that bother me as much as it is letting your kid go online and playing these games with older adults and then picking up nasty
there you go.
stuff from people online. So
there you go.
The video games is not the problem. It's about people being the problem. Therefore,
it's about the online.
But then there's the other side of it. All of the adults I've played with are rather polite. Whereas I would actually have to become a mutant to be able to count the number of 13-year-olds who told me they fucked my mother.
I know. Same.
Xbox Live.
Yeah.
Same. But that's also my point. Is just
Travis,
yeah.
Travis, I'll tell you a story. There's this guy online who plays these games, like in these big chat rooms, and he protects people from being bullied. So this young girl was bullied by a young guy, 13, 14 years old. So this guy gets in touch with the mom of this boy and asks all kind of information, explains the situation, and then the next time this young kid gets online, he starts like, I'm a hacker and I know who you are. And this kid, bubba, fuck you, fuck this, fuck that, and you're a bastard, and you're gay, and you blah blah blah. And then he says, yeah, your dog's name is this. You have homework, and that today, and I'd better quit bullying the other person and say sorry to this young girl that you. He started crying. Well, fuck him,
Some people can be very.
It pays
They can do a lot of shit online if they get your IP address, and your IP address is not that hard to get. You could cause all sorts of trouble for somebody.
I mean, literally just looking up a username online is more than enough to figure out who the hell someone is.
It's not difficult to find out who.
Let me say
especially if they're 13 and think they're a genius.
Yeah.
Yeah. So bottom line is, no, video games doesn't cause violence. Music doesn't cause violence. People cause violence.
Hang on. Losing video games causes violence.
That's why, Hank, that's why I don't play competitive
we had a guy in Transylvania who won Yard Decorations of the Year. Yard Decoration of the Year for the Forest of 1,000 Stakes in the 1400s. I'm pretty sure it's not video games. Humans are just trash.
Yeah,
please, baby.
I have to agree.
But we're trying to make it a better world for everybody. That's the whole thing. We are in a disgusting world nowadays.
I'll tell you. We used to play Call of Duty, the first Call of Duty, and you had like all kinds of maps. But the fun part was that we discovered with a few guys that with the MG42 machine gun, if you were in the Africa map, you could write swear words on the wall with your machine gun. So we were there standing with 5 guys writing fuck, cunt and whatever on the wall. And these serious players, the diehards, they walked past and they were like, what the hell are they doing?
What are y'all doing? Fuck guns.
It was hilarious.
Well,
I mean, that is
talking about,
gaming.
Speaking of fucking guns, I am so looking forward to, because the reason I say that is because it's going to be the ammunition that they're going to use against him. The right will. When Beto O'Rourke runs for governor here in Texas, I am excited. He hadn't officially announced yet, but I understand there's things in the work. I hope he runs. I hope he puts his hat out there. He has made a great impact on this state. The one thing is going to be that one line he said when he said, yes, I'm coming to get your AR-15, and it doesn't bother me a bit. There's a whole lot of people out here who should not have that fucking weapon in their possession.
Nope.
Nobody, there ain't a single fucking Republican lost a single fucking gun ever. But that will be the battle cry against Beto O'Rourke, to try to convince the minions and the low IQ individuals out here that Democrats are coming to take the guns away.
We got into this the last time, John. They always talk about the Second Amendment, and they're going to come take your guns.
The only thing the right isn't in
but think about it. When Reagan was fucking shot, it was those guys taking their guns away and making problems because they didn't want people to be going out and shooting the president.
Yeah.
Well, now we have a portion of our society that are making plans to blow our Senate up. You know,
I understand that. I understand that.
It is. It's the love affair with guns that this country has. That's what makes us a dangerous country.
You know what would be?
I say this as a veteran, but I believe that if you want to own a gun in this country, you should have to follow the same. You should have to own the same gun that was there when they passed the Second Amendment.
Oh shit!
There you go.
Thing from the barrel, buddy. Yeah.
It's a
wonderful experience. I am not.
That's the way I feel too.
It has been a long time since I shot my black powder. Years ago when I used to do it, enough to say that regular. One thing I learned about that thing, it really, really depends on how you pack that weapon, as to how long it takes between the time you pull that trigger and that thing goes off. That could be a moment or two.
There's a reason you can't buy a bazooka, right? I mean, there's a reason you can't buy a bazooka.
Because there is somebody in your neighborhood that just can't wait to get his fucking hands on it and use it against somebody.
Right.
Yeah, we have to realize who we fucking live here and who we're. The Republicans, all they cling to is the Second Amendment and the First Amendment. That's it.
Yeah. And they don't remember. That's like I said. They get complacent because it was actually Reagan and Brady that basically said, "Okay, we got to put a handle on."
With the Brady bill. Yes. After the
So it's not us. We're just we want to do basically the same thing. We want to put regulations. We don't want people buying
what the Second
guns.
Amendment says, a well-regulated militia. All right, there's a key word right there, well-regulated. And that means I don't want some guy going to the fucking local gun show over here and handing over a few bucks and walking out with a fucking AR-15 and tons of fucking ammo. That's what we don't want in our society.
Yeah.
We have already proven to have a society full of people that are all too willing to march into a school or a theater or a church.
Yeah, we don't want people walking into a school. We don't want people walking into a church. We don't want people walking into a thing. That's the only, like I was explaining that to my nephew or my cousins, and I said,
but freedom. It's a mantra. That's
Las Vegas was a country.
Yeah,
freedom. You mean, John?
Yes.
John, you mean freedom to shoot the person who doesn't agree?
Exactly.
Oh, hell yeah.
I say again, if you belong to a fucking militia, what you belong to is a gang, because you're going out there practicing your little militia shit, and you're not practicing to defend against the Chinese or the Russians or anybody else. You're practicing to shoot your fellow fucking neighbors. That's what you're doing.
I would like to amend this second. Can we please all decide that to amend the Second Amendment and have everybody own a nuke? Everyone.
No.
Every American has to own one nuke.
No, because we got assholes.
Your problems will be over.
We got fuckers that'll just go, fuck it, and hit the button. And if you like assholes all over the place.
We got worse than assholes. They got nothing else to live for.
That's it.
Just use it. So fuck it.
What we want is a society that recognizes the responsibility of being a citizen.
Now, the thing that scares me isn't the guy who would set it off deliberately. I'm worried about the guy that would sit there and start poking the fucking buttons until he sees a bright light.
Yeah.
Because he thinks it's a new toaster and he doesn't understand why it's not actually toasting anything and why his balls
I can upgrade this.
Why does that sound like John?
Hey, leave my fucking button punching out of this shit, all right? That's the wrong one. Wait.
He's an aircraft mechanic.
My slap button.
Trying to figure out why the espresso machine doesn't make very good coffee.
I love that song.
Well, that is the problem. I mean, that is the problem with aircraft mechanics. They think they can fix everything.
Oh, Lord. Well, speaking about fixing everything, I guess we're going to have to draw the evening to a close. But it's been a very lively conversation tonight about everything from weapons to what else we talk about?
Video games.
Video games, and Nazis and shit.
Psychology, religion.
Lying.
Yeah. You know,
and I just have to say this as a Norseman. To anyone who uses my religion to push their hate, go fuck yourself.
Go
and
fuck
I hope
yourself.
Fenrir uses their testicles for a fucking chew toy.
Yours isn't the only religion they defame. They're using it in the Christian faith too.
I have one question for Asgard. Did you see the series Norseman? Did you see the series Norseman?
Negative.
Oh, it's a brilliant.
The comedy show.
Yeah, the comedy show.
Yeah, I've seen all the episodes. That show was fucking hilarious.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, I liked it.
Want a positive note to end on?
Yes, let's have a positive note.
Dominique's fund has just hit 1,500. We are exactly 1,000 to go.
$1,000 to go.
Good.
We still have time to do that. Remember, it's small donations, whatever you can give. It's just like the donations y'all do here. That builds up, and it makes a hell of an impact. It makes things possible. So I want to thank everybody that donated to Bernadette's grandson tonight, Dominique's education fund. Thank you so much for that. Thank you to everybody that donated here tonight. It is your donations that keep us going, and besides that, it pisses my fucking neighbors off. Anyway, it's my only joy right now when I bang that fucking thing loud enough that you can hear it. Anyway, this family, it grows all the time. The world is full of perils, but as long as we have a family and we're trying to make things better, and that's what we're going to do. 2022 is coming up pretty soon. We're going to be talking about candidates and where they're running and who's running. This is a very big one, baby. 2022, and we've had to see that about the last two elections in 2018 and 2020. These are big elections because they mean everything. So we're going to find plenty of entertainment among conversations off the wall here. But our main issue has always been that if we want a better world, we're going to have to do it ourselves, and we're going to have to elect people that make a difference and are interested in making our society better instead of their pockets more full. That is the drive. And I'm so thankful for everybody that joins this community.
My entertainment's going to be in 2022.
Shut the fuck up. I'm talking here. No. What were you saying, TW?
I said my entertainment's going to be when Donnie does the perp walk in 2022.
Oh, yeah. Well, we're going to have plenty of entertainment coming up. There are going to be legal battles galore, tax information coming out. I'm sure we're all going to get a good chuckle over his misery.
I have to say that, honestly, the thing that would make me happier isn't him going to prison. The thing that would make me the happiest is all of him losing goddamn everything, and all of his kids having to work at McDonald's. Yep. I want to see Ivanka asking, "Do you want fries with that and cheese on it?"
Yeah, that's in a perfect world, baby. Every dog would have a home, and Ivanka would be working at McDonald's. Indeed, I'm right there with you. I'd like to see them lose
I'd
what
like
they
to
have
see him
stolen.
suffer. Yes, I would.
Because
but I want to see him
everything they
suffer.
have, they got on the backs of other people. That's how they've made their living. For everything from charities to
everything
universities
from 1980.
Whatever they can sell, they'll sell you, and you eat it up. So screw them people. Anyway, we're going to make it a better world. It's going to take us a long time, through my lifetime, through our kids' lifetime, and through their children. It is going to be the long game. And that's the name of Mitch McConnell's book. We have to always remember that. They're playing the long game. We have to do the same thing.
Mitch McConnell's old. He ain't going to be there very much.
They're getting ready for 2022 at this CPAC. We have to be doing the same thing. We have to be getting ready for 2022. Anyway.
Progress is a journey, not a destination.
That's right, baby. And it's a long one. And we ain't never going to see the destination. I ain't never going to see it.
You just wait until our planetary invasion force lands.
Yeah, I'm waiting for him. Take me first, baby. I want to get out.
You want to be?
All I've got to say is if aliens show up and they're like, "We want to take you and put you in a zoo," I'm like,
Yeah.
look, do you feed me 3 times a day?
Yeah, really.
Can I bring my PlayStation?
Can I just bring my iPad with me? I'm fine. Let's go.
Cage, the cage.
Surely it's
the
got to be
cage.
better than this shit. No, we have to
was
work
silly.
harder than that because this is, I keep playing that John Lawrence out in Tallahassee, Florida, who sings the songs at the beginning of our show. That song, American Dream, the line in there that says, I have a house on a little piece of land, and this is where I'm going to make my stand. This is it, baby. This is my American dream. This is it. I'm not going anywhere. I'm right here, and I'm going to use my voice. My family is going to try to have the best life we can possibly have, and we're going to try to make the world a better place. That's the best that me and my family can do.
I'm going to just add one thing to that, Dad. Here's the sad part, because I had a conversation with someone. I've been having a lot of conversations the last few hours. Why does it seem like it's so hard to just have peace? That's my biggest question. I want everybody to walk away from tonight thinking about something.
Somebody to interrupt your peace for their entertainment.
Well, it's more than entertainment. It's almost become obsession. And
it is.
I'm glad we didn't touch base on it too much. It's an elephant in the room. Shit's happen. Tomorrow, I'm not trying to speak on Dad's behalf. I don't know if there will be a show tomorrow because me and Dad are going to be busy.
Yeah, I don't know what tomorrow will bring.
We are going
an appointment and stuff.
Yeah, so we're going to be taking care of some shit.
Good.
But what I wanted to get at is, the one thing that I want. This is me personal, not Britivo family, not Dad. In the last.
You there? What happened?
Oh, you
Travis
dropped out.
He
dropped out.
He dropped
Oh
out.
shit!
Yep.
Am I back?
The last bit.
You said it
You're
the
back.
last thing.
All I was just saying is, bottom line is, I'm wanting some peace, and we tried everything we can to just let peace happen, and we're gonna look at our
time for the law to take over.
There's
Yes,
a lot.
it is.
There's only so
There you
far
go.
that
Yeah.
you will
Self-defense,
tolerate.
It's time. Yeah.
Childish shit.
Self-defense is legal.
And,
Yeah.
That's self-defense. That's all it is. Self-defense. Period.
Yep.
Well, there you
And
go.
yeah, so
Well, go ahead.
yeah, no, I was just gonna say, so yeah, I hope it was worth it.
There you go.
Hope it was worth it.
It was.
I hope your amusement. Yeah, I hope your amusement for your peace was worth it. Because you had peace, we didn't. And
Yeah, you guys
so
weren't. You guys weren't antagonizing. You guys were just dealing.
We're buffering.
You can turn the other cheek, but when you do and they slap that side too, man, you got to stand up and fight back. That's it.
Get caught up.
Period.
Get caught up.
don't
There you go.
I live my life as this simple. Don't be a dick, but don't take shit. There's one specific individual that I called out the other day via YouTube comments that doesn't like that. Well, if he wanted to be treated better by me, then maybe he should have thought about that when I even started associating with those people when I was at the age of 15.
Yeah, it's been going on
Get
a
what-
long time.
Get what's coming to you, pal.
These are not-
For trouble.
Yeah.
When trouble comes looking for you, you have to respond thus in kind.
And boy,
You go looking for it, but when it comes in and lands on your doorstep, you have to deal with it.
Yep.
You deal with it through the law, and you do
There
it the right
go.
way.
You do it the right way. And
that's what we're
if
doing.
I have learned anything over the years, it is one thing. One
Let
grand
me just
thing
give a,
is I document the fuck out of everything I do. I
And
used to be a
that's what
union
we
steward.
are
Used to
for.
have preach that all the time. You got to document every fucking thing. Hold it until you're ready to play your fucking hand, and then dump it all at once. It makes a hell of a better impact. When you,
Well,
when
And
you
that's what
produce
this
the
hard
fucking
drive is
evidence.
all about.
let me give a small practical example. A lady friend of mine was harassed by a guy, and he didn't stop. And I did two things. Personally, I put him on 200 porn websites as a member, from gay to whatever porn, and he didn't like that, and he still harassed her. and then I sent him a letter via a non-existing email address. It was a letter from a Yugoslav. It was during the Yugoslav war. It was a letter from a Yugoslav militia with a few cut-off heads and telling him that he should stop otherwise.
They don't understand the power of the internet.
He never did. He never did anything again.
Yeah, it takes a little, sometimes a nudge. We have been really trying hard not to do that. We have been trying.
No, you have to go to the law.
Yeah,
I mean that's the first thing you do.
Because we've been asked, just give me his IP address and we'll fuck it.
Yeah, no. Because here's my biggest thing is because I don't want to hate mob because look, there's more than just them involved. There's people in their family that have nothing to do with this shit.
Yeah, that's why. That's why.
It's like for example. Yeah. So my point is that, hang on, let me finish here because
we are giving too much air to this shit.
That we are, but it's at this point, it's what's done is done. We're doing this tomorrow. My point being, is that I don't want to make this a bigger deal than it has to be, but at the same time, it's been 6 months and shit's not stopping.
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna start a hate mob. We're gonna do this the right way.
Yeah, no.
So
I want to do it. I'm going to do it the way that any good citizen should handle it, and we're going to leave it there.
Do it
anyway.
Yep.
Yeah. Let's. I don't want to give them any more fucking air. They're watching.
Yeah.
They enjoy.
Yeah. Well, that's why I'm saying it.
Trolls.
Yeah.
It ain't feeding the trolls. It's just finally saying, you wanted your attention. Well, you got it.
Yeah. You're gonna. Yeah. Anyway. No, we'll leave it there. By the way, Bert Greenhaze 365 says subscribe to our YouTube channel. So Burnt Greenhaze 365. Thank you very much for joining the family. We appreciate it. I want to say thank you to all our group, on Facebook, on YouTube, on Periscope. Cheryl Cashman and Cashmate. There's our two Periscope. I think Dwayne Twizzle's on there sometimes. Anyway. I don't care what platform you're watching. We want to thank you for coming by and visiting Asgard. Thank you so much for coming in and joining us tonight.
No problem.
Always get
glad to be here.
entertained by your history buff and your intellect. We appreciate the
I learned a lot. God damn.
There you go. Good talk. Don't stop learning, baby. There's a whole lot we don't know yet, so we still got
honestly, I've thought about starting my own podcast, so to speak, but in the Art Bell kind of way, not in the George Norrie, like aliens stole my baby kind of way.
Right.
But in the Art Bell, where he would investigate the weird and the strange, but he would also tell you you're being a fucking moron.
There you go. I was over at Maestro's house today. When I got there, he had some show on about their hunting the Bigfoot. And a bunch of guys out in the woods with guns and everything, and night vision goggles and everything, and infrared, and they're just looking around for Bigfoot. Damn it, they've missed him again. Tune in next channel, and they'll find him.
That's a really expensive way of saying you've never had a girlfriend.
There you go. There you go. Got all that time in your hand, and you're out looking for Bigfoot, buddy. I'd find another something to do. I don't know. But anyway, we appreciate you coming by. Very entertaining tonight. Thank you for that. And Blue Dot Hank, always,
I
brother.
plan on being here a lot more frequently because these little groups, the Horn and you, help me out a lot with dealing with. I'm kind of a homebody. I don't drive because of I get severe panic attacks when I drive, not because of the Army, just God knows why.
Yeah.
So I tend to spend a lot of time at home with my cat.
Well, your cat's a lucky cat then. There you go. Has all that company. Life is not that easy for everybody. We all have to face things every day, and that's why it is important that we hold each other up, that we support each other.
And I'm glad you can find peace here for that.
Yeah.
It's weird, but this quarantine and everything that's gone on this year, I've actually found a greater sense of inner peace because it forced me to actually sit down and not do shit. Like, I was unemployed, but I've been unemployed for like a year because of health reasons. I have a rare genetic disorder called Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, and I just couldn't work anymore because it was destroying my body. And then this happened, and it forced me to sit down, look around at my life, and actually think about things that I hadn't had to deal with before.
It's not always an easy thing to do, my friend.
Yeah, but it actually turned out for the better.
It's a necessary thing to do, but it's not always easy.
And I started meditating, and then I started delving more into my religion, and I'm actually studying to try to be a priest of Tyr now.
Outstanding. Outstanding.
Tyr is the god of war, justice, and artisans. He's and
who don't
famously
a little better justice in the world.
Instrumental in the binding of Fenris.
Yes.
Lost his hand.
Yep. And the dwarves gave him a magical one that turns into anything he needs it to be.
Y'all are
including a middle finger sometimes.
I wish I was up on this a whole lot more than I am.
I feel like I'm playing Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah, I know. I don't know what's going on, but I'm enjoying the conversation.
Where are we going? Thor.
About inner peace. I'm looking for it now. I wrote last week. I wrote on Facebook.
Sophie, get it. Sophie, got it.
I've been in self-imposed quarantine since 2012. So 3,400 and something days I've been in quarantine, in my own quarantine. I don't want to do anything. I don't want to interact anymore with society, basically. I do, but on a very low level. And
based on everything I've heard from you, Hank,
365 days of quarantine, COVID style. I've been without any problem. I love it. I binge watching series. I'm playing games.
Nothing beats your own company, baby. That's what I always say. You got to love yourself. If you can't stand yourself, you're in bad company, baby.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know, so good for that. Good for that. But I'm glad y'all found your way here, because the conversation is always great. We appreciate it.
Although my cat loves it when I meditate, because I cross my legs, and then like halfway through my meditation, I'll look down and he'll be sitting there.
Well, of course, you gave him a place to sit.
Well, you've got your personal envoy of Bastet in the house, so that's great.
They bring their own peace when they sit in your lap. So good.
I need to politely bow out, everyone. You have a good night, and I will talk to you soon.
You too.
Right, take care, David.
See you later, David.
Thank you, David. Take care of yourself, brother. We appreciate you being here.
Thank you, and I appreciate you guys hosting us.
You bet.
We'll talk to you soon.
All right, David. And Robert Heron out in Oregon, brother. I'm enjoying my pipe. Brother. I'm enjoying my pipe. Thank you.
Oh, good.
Every day.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to meet everybody over in the blue room for our UFO conversation.
Oh,
next.
Outstanding! We're gonna talk about aliens. Cool. I'll be over there in a few minutes. That's where the party is happening anyway.
Don't reveal our secrets.
Party.
What's the blue room?
Secret.
Oh, the blue room. Look on your icons off to the side over there. You'll find one that says the blue room. That
Original
is our.
You started in is technically the blue room. That's just the community room, where this room is where we do the
there's
calls,
chat 1, there's chat 2, or chat 3.
Yeah, we'll go to like chat 2 so we can have UFO conversations while everybody else talks about other stuff.
Yeah, we have several rooms over there, so you can join whatever conversation you want. But we have
Robert. If you spill any of our secrets, I will zap you.
There you done been warned.
Do not reveal the invasion plans.
Wear your fucking flak jacket when you go in there. I'm just telling you, helmet down, baby. Wear your working clothes and put your hat down.
That's just because, John, you're learning things.
That's right. I'm a spy, baby. I'm learning it all. Anyway, Robert, thank you for being here. And Sparky Dunk from the Hollow Tree.
Hey, John.
Thank you.
My pleasure.
For being
I posted a link on the discussion page about Herlong, the Sierra Army Depot, where they store all the tanks, if anybody's interested.
In case anybody wants a used tank. They're probably not even used there, are they? They're probably brand new sitting out there.
No, bunch of them are used. All kinds of used equipment there.
Oh man, yep.
Their job is to recondition it.
To make it, yeah, that's what our Army depot down here was for helicopters. You send us your old junk, we'll make it fly again. There you go. It's the Army way. Anyway, Spark, thank you for being here. T.W. Travis, thank you for coming in. Mort, we appreciate it.
Yep.
And my son, Travis, thank you, son, for being here and pulling the whole thing together. Thank you.
I didn't pull shit.
Oh, yeah, you pulled shit right out of your ass. I seen it.
Yeah, well, I mean, I do that. I mean, I'm a video editor. That's what I gotta do. That's if I wish I had more time to join this UFO alien conversation, though, because that's my jam right there. Fuck.
Oh yeah. It'll go on tonight.
To me anytime. Anytime. You know where to find me.
Of course.
We've been there and a lot of discussions,
So
huh,
for
Robert?
everybody that doesn't know, head over to the Blue Room, and the conversation continues over there all the time. The family grows, and it does. It's a family community over there, and it's just really great. Anyway, thank you all for being here tonight. Thank you for being a part of this. We'll be back here. What is today? Oh, it's Sunday. Sunday.
You're gonna
So
be
tomorrow's Monday.
be doing things tomorrow. You're gonna be doing
Yeah,
things
I might
tomorrow.
be busy tomorrow. We're going to play that one out and see how it goes when I get back. And then if not, we'll be here Tuesday for another Blue Dot family meeting. So please come by and join us. We appreciate it all the time. Y'all say good night to everybody.
Good
Night,
night.
everybody.
Good night, everybody. And let's see if this works, because I'm supposed to be able to hit a button here, and all of a sudden